Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat,
So with
and
that being
Tiz.
said, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, I am 1/3 of the Podnas, your boy Tiz, along with
the other third
Asshole.
of the partners for the third time, the Padawan. And
Asshole.
Yeah. It's the P, the H, the A, the C, the E. You know, it's Face.
And he is coming to us live from inside of a dryer. I don't know what the hell is happening.
I don't know either, but I'm here though.
That shit is rattling. But yeah, man, it's been one of them weeks. Whether y'all know it or not, my people on Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee, y'all gonna enjoy it because we've started this show a good 3 or 4 times. So, hey, finally, y'all, we finally here. We made it. Episode 24, like I said.
my heroes 20.
It's been an interesting week for us, so we are definitely ready to just talk some shit. And yeah, man, let's get this conversation started. Face, what you got up first, man?
Oh, yeah. So, those of you who watch or know me or just hear about what I do, y'all know I smoke marijuana, and I smoke marijuana a lot. And being me residing here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, it's always been something weighing heavy on me because I can't do it like I want to. Recreational is coming soon. They have passed it July 1st of this year. Woo-ha!
Gotcha.
Marijuana will be decriminalized. Now, with this coming into play, it poses a lot of questions because for so long our society, or how can I say, our culture as far as colored people, and when I say that many people don't know what I mean by colored people, I'm not only talking about black people, I'm talking about black and brown people or minorities, but I don't like to call us minorities. So people of color, we faced a lot of different extreme laws on some minor things like possession of marijuana, distribution of marijuana. And as we all know, marijuana is not should not be considered a harsh drug. If they're making it legal, they see that it's not a harsh drug. For so long, it was dictated as or said to be a gateway drug when we know that's not it. Look at alcohol. How many deaths a year does alcohol cause? I've never heard of a marijuana cause death. Now, with this bill being passed, like I said, it opens up a lot of questions and a lot of avenues. First question, is this bill going to do any good as far as, how can I say it, the disparaging amount of blacks arrested for nonviolent offenses? Because one of the major crimes we were arrested or caught charges for was marijuana possession. So we had people facing more years than rapists off marijuana, large quantities of marijuana, stuff like that. Stuff like that pissed me off because it's just bud. It ain't hurt nobody. We ain't hurt nobody. Me personally, everyone knows I like to be an open book on here. I caught a charge back in the day, almost 20 years ago. Damn, made me feel old, but yeah, almost 20 years ago, I caught a marijuana possession charge. And just with that little misdemeanor I had, because it wasn't on a felony account, it was a little misdemeanor of what I had, but it was still it still got in the way of certain things I wanted to do. You feel me? Like to have to put that on as far as possession. Anytime I got pulled over before it got expunged, that would always pop up. So they would always run the dogs on my car. It's just little other stuff I shouldn't have had to go through because I had some marijuana. Ain't like I had no coke, no crack, no heroin, I ain't had nothing. I ain't had no drug. I had a plant that naturally grows that somebody picked and gave to me. I don't see how it was a problem. Now, me personally, the benefits of this becoming legal, it's more. It just gives more room for people not to have to sneak around and commit crimes to try to find marijuana or buy marijuana, being it's a crime. It opens up more avenues. It's going to open up more dispensaries in our areas. Because right now, I think we have like probably 3 in Virginia, like 3 major ones. But that'll open up more avenues, which will mean more employment, which means more tax revenue, which in turn just means more money all around coming in circulation, excuse me. But the downfalls of this, there are also downfalls because with every positive, there's always some downfalls. So the first thing I'm saying is a downfall is going to be, how to phrase it, the opportunities given to those of color. Because me personally I feel like we were persecuted more because of that. Now that it's illegal, now that it is legal, we should benefit first from it. We should get the small business loans first. We should do stuff like that. And people, especially people who are being released from jail, being this has become illegal, I feel they should be able to benefit off of it. But as we all know, it's going to be big business that benefits off of it first. And I don't feel that is right. I feel like the big businesses should have to go through a different type of process, a longer type process, rather than the small businesses. I feel like in this venture, small businesses should capitalize and be able to capitalize more than big businesses. They should see more revenue on a smaller scale, and especially in minority-owned areas, they should see more of it. As we see minorities come from other countries and get different loans when they come into America, I feel like those type of loans should be given to those people who have marijuana charges, or those people of color who are trying to do something in the marijuana industry to help them out. Just to put somebody up there, name dropping Urkel. I forgot his real name. But yeah, Jaleel White. He just opened up his own. He had 710 marijuana labs now with the purple Urkel, and what he's doing with it is just on a different level. I love to see black businesses, black entrepreneurs, especially with a cash crop that I knew was going to become a cash crop a long time ago. Now, to open up the floor to y'all just on different things about this, how do y'all think the community, as far as our community, will benefit or not benefit? And what do you think will be the positive, or what could possibly come in the next 5 to 10 years from this? Not only just on revenue, but as far as just all around.
The direction Virginia is going is more of a liberal one, so I see it being a good thing as far as giving some leeway to folks to be able to definitely find a new way to generate revenue and, maybe get small businesses started. Virginia definitely has the land and the right type of area to, grow several different types of things. So for farmers, I feel like that'll be good. It's a good alternative, especially if they're like a struggling farm, which there are a lot of, especially of the African-American race, especially if you look at rural areas like Emporia and shit like that. You got a lot of farmers that are struggling. So if you're giving them the option where they can now grow that and legally sell it to dispensaries and get that flip on like that, I think that's a great thing. I hope that it also causes them to look back at the books and release some of these people that's in jail or in prison for marijuana-related charges as opposed to other types of charges. I think that'll be cool because you can't, I feel like it's cool for the people in the present and the future, but those people that's in there, look, it's just fucked up. You know what I mean? If 3 months ago you got locked up on some bogus weed charge and now you're in there just sitting there looking stupid as people out here doing the same shit you was doing, but they doing it legally. It's like, come on, man. And a lot of people that get charges or start their records off with weed charges, a lot of times it's not even for distribution or anything. It's a lot of times it's for smoking, it's for the actual use of it. So it's not like you got these kingpins that you bringing down that's got pounds on them. You catching people with nicks, dimes, ounces, little shit that they just burning it down with the fellas with, and now they going to jail or starting their criminal record off unnecessarily, you know what I mean? So I'm glad for that part, but I hope they retroactively go back and help some of the people that's locked down for that shit. As far as the next 5 to 10 years, I see it definitely being an economic boom for Virginia, which is good. You know what I mean? I'm always going to be rooting for the hometown to get more bread because hopefully the hope is that more, BIPOC people get the love from that, since that's who kind of made Virginia. I hope we get some of that money. I hope it doesn't just stay at the top and we still get the short end of the stick after all of that. But yeah, 5 to 10 years, I see it being an economic boom. I see it being a new job source for a lot of Black and brown people for sure. Like, you know what I mean? If you can't get a job at the store, at the mall, maybe you can get a job at a dispensary. You know what I mean? I see people see it being a good industry for people who may have a record who can't get a job in other industries. Maybe even working, you know, some of them got security. You can have security guards. You can have people, you know, saying they might have got like some charges that's keeping them from getting a job at other places. Come on in here, you know what I mean? We give you a shot. So I see it being one of those type of things if they use it right. And I see it being a good thing overall.
What about you,
I think Virginia's going to go right into it because it used to be Virginia has a history of actually growing marijuana before it was actually illegal. Like there used to be plants out here. Like it used to be a crop out here anyway. Like you had to grow that along with other crops or whatever to have like a farming like land or
Big
a farming
hemp,
license in the first place.
Big hemp.
So and they already got dispensaries out here. Like I have there's one in the oceanfront I saw, and I thought it was just they just got the area or whatever just because at the time it was closed. So I thought he just like went ahead and built it up there. It wasn't even open yet. Then I went back there like the next week, and the dispensary is open. Like it's like it's two that I've seen in Virginia Beach so far, and it's a couple of them that I've seen popping up lately or whatever. So, and this is before July 1st. So yeah, I think it's the only thing I feel like it's going to be a weird stipulation is that if you have your med card or whatever, you can't own a gun. That's the only thing. So I think that's like one thing that's going to be probably a fight in the future or whatever to get that out of the way. And it probably about like in the next 10 years or whatever.
Like if what I'm doing legal, then how come this person that's drinking or smoking cigarettes or doing whatever else, why can't I have a gun too if it's legal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you gotta the argument. I rock with the argument. You know, as long as it's illegal. But once you change the law, then you gotta respect it as any other substance that's being sold to adults. Like
alcohol.
Exactly.
Just like what Faye says, alcohol kills people in multiple different ways, not just drinking it.
Indeed.
And also that includes guns. Like it doesn't make sense that, okay, you can get a med card, but you can't get a gun when this guy can go right up the street with his gun off to the side of his person, go in a bar, get a drink with his gun still off to the side of his person, and then drive off with his gun. So it just doesn't make any sense.
I'm in the South, baby. Beer and guns go hand in hand. You feel?
Yeah.
So I mean, if beer and guns go hand in hand, and alcohol leads to a high rate of DUIs, speeding, violent acts, marijuana don't lead to none of that. None of that. Because I don't know nobody who smokes a lot of marijuana who wants to go get into any drama, who wants to drive fast, or do none of that. Matter of fact, we drive slower than most. So, because we're watching out for the police. We don't want no ticket. So, I don't see why. You feel me? Like, those people who have their medical card for a reason. You feel me? They're either dealing with severe pains or other issues that other medication is just going to exacerbate the issue. So them not having a firearm is what? They can't protect their homes now because they smoke marijuana. You're still trying to subjugate the substance. If you want to make it legal, bring it full legal. It is a cash crop, just like apples and oranges. You feel me? It grows naturally, just like apples and oranges. Alcohol is not a natural substance. It is not. You can drive around. You feel me? You can drive around and find wild weed growing. I can never drive around and find wild alcohol anywhere. Unless somebody that makes a moonshine.
You can see wheat fields that may have.
And that ain't wild. That's just made by some wild white people. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That was just extreme, but
You feel me? So yeah, you're right. You may see wheat fields, but in order to get that alcohol substance, you got to do something with that wheat. You know? You see marijuana, I ain't got to do nothing but just pick that. So I mean, don't continue to try to don't continue to try to damn a substance because you don't like it. It has more health benefits than most things you can be eating and putting on the market.
And then
everything in the world is bad with no moderation. If you drink too much water, you can kill yourself. But water is the liquid of life.
The liquid.
So everything is good. Everything is good in moderation. So even with moderation, marijuana can be good. I mean, they tell you take a glass of wine a day for a healthy heart, but they don't tell you drink a box of wine. So with moderation, you feel me? So don't hate on a substance. Understand it, learn it, do your research on it, partake in it, see the benefits of it before you talk bad about it.
And you don't have to add stuff to it.
Exactly. Nothing.
All that other stuff got fentanyl and.
And you know, the best time for me I like to lay back, smoke, watch a good movie, watch a good comedy freestyle, or watch a good battle. You know, that's when my weed comes to play.
I like to, smoke, then do stuff that I have to do during the day. And it helps to mellow me out, so I don't have to my mind don't be going all over the place. I can just go down my list and not be like
willy-nilly.
Calm that anxiety down. Calm me down before before I snap on somebody that's too stupid to figure out stuff on the phone at work.
When I was in my depressed state, marijuana kept me from doing some crazy shit. Because I was having some wild thoughts being depressed. And when I was depressed and unemployed, I was going through some crazy mental shit. The worst. You feel me? Some crazy mental shit. And living where I lived. So, I mean, I was still exactly where I'm at now in the country. With no employment. You feel me? And just depressed. And just.
The shining.
You feel me? So, I mean, you feel me? So, I mean, like, marijuana has helped me through some tough times. Marijuana has got me through some mental places that even with talking to people, I couldn't get myself past. So I mean, like it's a calming effect. It is a medicine. You feel me? Like it's good. Me personally, I'm gonna say it's God's gift. It's God's gift to this planet. It's a natural medicine that if we use in the correct way, in the correct fashion, we can get a lot out of it. You feel me? Just the plant itself, not just the medicinal effects, but you can use the plant, hemp. Like I said once before in another episode, you can make clothes out of hemp. Shit, make a lot of shit out of hemp.
Yeah.
That was the other reason why they wanted people to farm in Virginia, farm marijuana in Virginia, the hemp.
Mm-hmm. People need to get on this thing, man. I just hope all 50 states pass it. Pass the law in all 50 states. You keep saying we in debt, the nation in debt. Well, if you got something that's going to increase your tax revenue tenfold, I do that because that money gonna come. Because more people smoke than you think smoke. People that you never think would smoke. You just don't know it because they got to keep it on the low.
It's gonna be a crazy place. Lot of big chiefing gonna be going on the streets.
Oh yeah.
Probably calm down a lot of fights, a lot of battles.
Yeah.
A lot less drama.
Would be a lot less drama. But I tell you a place where it's not a lot of less drama. In the world of battle rap. So here is this week's Tiz Take Battle Rap Edition. My takes from last week, some of them were wrong. So, y'all can beat me up in the comments. But I got some new predictions for y'all this week too. So, let's see if I can get them right this time. My bracket is officially busted. So there goes that little money I thought I was going to win. Oh, shit. So Ultimate Madness 3 went down this past weekend, and man, it's been some controversy with the judges. I'm gonna get to that as I get to the battles that it involves. But first off, you had Cortez versus Official. I thought honestly Official was gonna punch Cortez's head off. I don't really care for Cortez's bars, but he is a vet. and he beat her pretty handily. It wasn't like a 3-0 body or nothing, but it was definitely a clear win. It wasn't like you thought anybody else won at the end of the battle. So Cortez beats official. And Geechee Gotti versus Riggs. Pretty much everybody here said Geechee Gotti was gonna win. Geechee Gotti won that one. Swamp beat Jerry West. He got
That's
a tough
surprising.
matchup next round.
That's surprising.
You got Rum Nitty beating Serious Jones. Hold on, no. Jack Boy beat T-Top. That was the first controversial one. Yeah, Jack Boy beat T-Top. Now, it was controversial more because Jack Boy won, not because it was like some real judge fuckery. Like, it was debatable either way, but the judges gave it to Jack Boy, and I'll be honest, this was probably the best Jack Boy main I've ever seen. Like he rapped his heart out. Like you could tell he really wanted that money and he was glad to be back. So like I respect what he did. He came into the face off. He didn't say anything. He was completely silent pretty much the whole face off. He came in, fucked shit up, and left. Yeah. So shout out to Jack Boy, man. I can't even hate on that 804 stand up on some real shit. But yeah, he top. So that was when you knew that anything could happen, right? So then the next battle, you had Rum Nitty and Serious Jones.
Don't tell me Serious won that.
No, Rum Nitty won, but I will be honest. On first watch, I gave it to Serious Jones. Yeah, so that's kind of where the fuckery started. It was a really close battle, but the judges kind of had some discrepancy where they were saying that one of the judges didn't give it to Serious because he said he ain't like the facial expression Serious Jones was making or something weird. So it was like already the judges weren't really meant to be there. So the judges was this dude named Minnesota Luke who used to do battle rap blogs like maybe 5 years ago, but we ain't heard from him since. Then Go ahead.
Did you just I might have missed it or misunderstood what you said.
No.
But correct me if I'm wrong.
Right
Did
on.
you just say he didn't like his facial expression?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was why he said that Serious Jones lost. He didn't like Serious Jones.
Okay. I'm gonna interject again.
Okay.
Was this judge a male?
Indeed it was.
Okay, I'm gonna interject again.
A prominent battle rap blogger, actually.
Now, I don't know this person, and you can tell this because I'm asking all these questions. Now, from my personal experience in dealing with people, the only people I've ever known to dislike something based on someone's facial expression has been those with a lot of estrogen.
Angle. I don't know how much estrogen the man got, but I can tell you that was his reasoning and part of his judging. So y'all do with that as you will. But it was definitely some. It was definitely some.
I don't know this person.
Oh, I'm a single ladies. But anyway, so yeah. So Rum Nitty beat Serious Jones, but it was some fuckery with the judges a little bit. It was debatable. I will say this. Rum Nitty was good, so if you gave it to Rum Nitty, I personally don't have a big deal about it, but a lot of people were saying like they thought Serious should have won, and the judges didn't give it to him. So, yeah. The next battle, Drugs beat Yoshi G. I was saying Drugs, he's like missing, he's actually a dope MC. He's just missing something when it comes to star power. But he definitely did something new this battle where he kind of was a little bit more, I don't want to say angle-based, but he had a lot more substance to his bars instead of just haymakers for the sake of haymakers. It was more like he structured it a little bit better. So he definitely did a really good job against her. Shout out to Drugs. He beat her. Prep beat Swave Sever. Now, this was another one where it was kind of wonky, right? If I'm not mistaken, this one went to the fan vote. Now, Swave Sever is saying that they shouldn't have had a fan vote. They should have just had a fifth judge. he was also saying that the judges that they picked, they should have had people that is more current because like they might not get some of the references that they spitting because they're not in tune with what's going on the week to
Going
week
on that culture.
Exactly. Yeah, I will say this. I had Swave 7 beating Prep. So I was definitely with the conspiracy theorists out there. I thought that these people won. However, I will say, I think really what's happening is it's more of a case of it really is just a close battle that can go either way. You can debate it either way depending on what your preference is and how you specifically individually judge a battle. But I think it was close battles and the judges themselves were so wonky. Like they picked fucked up judges. Like Tony, it was a dude. It's a dude, Tony, bro. He did a good job. The dude that said something about Serious Jones' facial expressions. Overall, he did do a bad job. That was a fucked up judgment there, but overall, he didn't do a bad job. But really, what should have happened is they should have got some experienced people, some of the more prominent names as far as vloggers that do that, that's been doing it for a while. Like, get in a Vada Fly and a Showtime SP, get in a Jay Black, you already got him there on the set. Get in a D.I. the Hidden Man, get in a Angry Fan, get in some of these bigger people, Three Letter Man, some of these people that are like prominent in the culture. Get in somebody from you know what I'm saying, get in a Ben Swayze, damn it, get in a Big Low, you know what I'm saying, get in some of these people that are like prominent in the game that's what they do. They talk battle rap kind of for a living, you know what I mean? Like as a major part of what they do every week. So like I think that would have been better because they get all of the references. They are used to being analytical on the different nuances of a bully versus a puncher versus a scheme. You know what I mean? Like they understand the technical aspects of it as well as the day-to-day. Oh, I get why he's saying that about him because this happened last week on Twitter and this was posted on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, so I think he got a point there. I think that definitely should be something that's taken into consideration. But yeah, man. And this was the biggest disappointment of the night, champs. This was the number one disappointment of the night. Casey J beat New Jersey Twerk because New Jersey Twerk choked all 3 rounds.
Oh, man.
As a dude that already had the stigma on him as a choker. Pause.
I'm betting money on that nigga Twerk. Because I was winning every time.
He choked all 3. Like usually he'll give you a hot 2 and then go out in the third, or he'll give you a fucked up first and then he'll give you a good second and third. But like, I mean, every round Jersey. Oh man.
Don't they get penalized now for choking and shit?
I mean, not really penalized. I mean, a lot of people in the culture frown upon it and say that you lose the round if you choke. I tend to lean toward that type of sentiment, or at least you get penalized way heavier than most things in that somebody else would. But it's not like an official penalty, really, because he keeps getting booked. Like,
I think it's
you sell tickets, if you get views, they're gonna put you on.
That's what it is, man. Like, I don't think it should be like that. It should be because you not just because of the momentum you bring. It should be because of your skill set. You should be getting paid because of your skill set, not just because you got hype behind you. Like, how fair is that? You feel me? Like, that's not. I mean, then again, life ain't fair. So I mean, shit. But business, and at least business, how you get paid in an industry that's built on the culture. You feel me? You should want to get paid based on your skill set. If you working hard and you remembering your shit and you out there, you performing and you doing everything you need to do, and your lines hitting and your bars flowing and the crowd reacting and you engage with them, you should get paid for that. You feel me? Like, especially if you have a following. Now, if you have a following and you ain't performing, you shouldn't see the break with that. You feel me? Like, they may sign a contract with you, but in that contract, it should state that if you choke, you're going to lose this each time you choke. So, okay, we're going to pay you $15,000. But you choked 3 times. Each choke was $2,000. You lost $6,000. So your 15, here you just 9. I mean,
And see, that's the thing. It should, but that's the thing. It's not. At this point,
Exactly.
like it's just accepted. So that's the problem. It ain't even really like nothing I can really say or like complain about because it's like it's so rampant in battle rap period where people would just choke and then you will see them literally get a better battle than the one they were just in with a bigger name and a bigger marquee like card, and you just choke. So it's like at this point, it's like once you get to a certain level, like a New Jersey Turk is, where he's like in that top tier level, you know the next card when they need that star power, they calling you, and you've got enough times where you've come back from a choke, and then the next performance is great, and then you choke a little bit in the next one, and then you go like it's the pattern is there, but it's enough good performances where they feel like, well, he might give it to us on this one, and if he does, look what it is. You know what I mean? So it's like that fucking potential, man. It's that shit.
Yep.
So yeah, man. So I think with the judges, they definitely gotta get current people that are in the culture currently, whether it be battle rappers or whether it be people in the media. And if it's people in the media, go ahead or whoever it is, they need to start getting people that are not celebrities to do these judges. They should get 5 judges, so it's never going to be a tie. And they should get people that are current and then pay these people. So that way they don't have the incentive to also be filling out a bracket where then when it comes to the votes, they trying to, oh, well, shit, if I say this person won, then he gonna fuck up my bracket. Let me go ahead with this other person. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. So like, I think like it need to be like just a better process with the judges. And then that leads me to the next round. And these are my TS takes for this week. So in the next round, you got Prep going against Casey J. Shout out to Casey J too, because a lot of people was talking so much about New Jersey Twerk losing. They didn't talk about how good she actually did. She actually was fire as fuck, but the battle was so deflated because of New Jersey Twerk. It just became like the room was dead. But if you at home, she was cooking.
So Casey J's a female?
Indeed. And nice. She part of the Bardashians. She with Jazz the Rapper and Official. They got this little group, the Bardashians, and they but all 3 of them fire as fuck. But yeah, she nice. So to me, like, unless Twerk was on his real Twerk shit, if he had came with 3 okay rounds, he still would have lost that battle because like she was cooking. But that's my opinion. So in the next round, you got her versus Prep, and I'm gonna say Prep wins. Prep is used to battling pretty much anybody. He's used to battling on short notice. He can rebuttal. He can freestyle if he needs to. So he ain't gonna have as big of a choke concern as New Jersey Twerk did. So I got Prep beating Casey J 2-1 in a good battle. But yeah, I definitely got Prep winning that battle. In the next battle, you got Geechee Gotti versus Swamp. I'm definitely going to say Geechee Gotti wins, but I got this being the battle of this round, like as far as the best overall back and forth and just going at each other, like, because they was just in the 2-on-2 together, so they already got like a rapport and a chemistry, but they from 2 different coasts. Geechee Gotti got the gangster shit with him, but Swamp good for talking to a nigga too. They both kind of got just good cadences, so like they really rap. So it should be a good battle. I got that one being just a back and forth, but I got Geechee Gotti ending up winning 2-1. I think his freestyle ability gives him the edge on, like, if it gets close, he can rebuttal something a little quicker or have a heavier haymaker off of some bullshit that he come with on the spot, as opposed to Swamp, who is more spitting his writtens. You know what I mean? So Geechee Gotti beating Swamp 2-1. Cortez, I got him actually 3-0 in Jack Boy Maine. I don't believe the fluke. I believe that, like, you got to show me consistency, and I go by people's consistent behavior. I haven't seen consistent Jack Boy Maine that's just killing shit in a minute. And I've seen Cortez be consistent over a long period of time. He's lost battles, but it hasn't necessarily been because he's been horrible or anything. It's just been the other person been better. So like on 2 weeks notice, that's all you got, or 2 weeks notice, and then you right back into the next battle. I feel like Cortez is going to beat Jack Boy Maine 2-1, possibly 3-0. I got that being the body of the week. And then you got lastly Rum Nitty and Drugs in a rematch. They just battled like maybe a month and a half ago on another card, and they're battling again now in this tournament. And Rum Nitty smoked Drugs' boots. And the funny part was Drugs was really, really good. It's just Rum Nitty left Earth. So if Rum Nitty does that again, whew, it's gonna be a problem. But if he do this, go ahead.
Do you think within that conspiracy that might be the reason why they gave it to Rum Nitty? A rematch?
I don't know. I don't see why they would, just because like it's not like an anticipated matchup after the first one. Like if they had a killer back and forth where it was like it was hard to be settled, or some controversy went down and stopped it, where they didn't get to finish it, maybe. But like this wasn't anticipated like that going into the first battle. So I doubt that they were like, oh, let's connive to get this back again, because for what? You know what I mean? So like it's more one of them things that just happen like that. But it does give Drugs a chance and a strong motivation to redeem himself in this battle. So it should be a good battle. But I got Rum Nitty beat Drugs 2-1. So those are Tiz's battle rap takes of the week. Tell me in the comments if you agree, disagree. What do you think about the judges? Do y'all think that the judges should be different? I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, man.
Facial. Who gives a fuck about what your face doing?
Oh, another dude, he told Swave 7, Minnesota Luke told Swave 7, he didn't like, he took points from him because he was invading the other person's space. I'm like, unless they about to fight or something, like it's battle rap. Like they bark on each other. Like that's part of battle rap. They're not like,
how old is Minnesota Luke? Like,
are cool. Minnesota Luke, he's probably about our age. I don't know. He looks like a 30-something-year-old white ginger.
That sound like an old nigga name.
Oh, if you see him, he look crazy. He got this slick back shit going on. But that's neither here nor there. He looked like the Joker before he got dipped in that bath shit. But anyway, I done dropped my fucking phone. But anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below. Hopefully more of my takes will be right this week, since my bracket is already fucking busted. At least maybe I can get some pick right this week. So we shall see what will happen. But from my thoughts to somebody else's thoughts, and something that it made me kind of spiral off on. So Steve Harvey was doing an interview, and he said he doesn't have female friends. He says to him, men and women can't be platonic friends. So I wanted to pose it to y'all and get y'all perspective on it. I know I definitely have my thoughts, but what do y'all think? Is it possible for men and women to be platonic friends?
It's impossible for him to have female platonic friends. I have nothing but female platonic friends. Do y'all want some of these female platonic friends? I'm giving away. I don't need them. I'm joking. I got plenty of them. Like, it's like, I don't see what the heck he's talking about. It is not like it's one of those, they're like they look average or something like that. They look great. We just don't click like that to go forward. So, or if anything, we might have brought it up and just thought it was weird and then went back to, it happens. It's not like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not impossible. It's not impossible at all. Like, sometimes you have platonic friends. He probably has platonic friends. He just doesn't realize it. Like, you have like your coworkers you have or whatever, and this, that, and the third around you or whatever. But like he also like fellow female comedians and stuff like that. So you don't include them or whatever. Like he probably saved that so he can preserve his marriage. That's it.
Okay.
Steve Harvey's a little scary when it comes to political correct stuff. And I feel like he probably just said that to smooth out his marriage. He can't just say, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I feel like if he says he can't have platonic friends at all, it's because he feels like he couldn't have a platonic friend and bring him around his wife.
Okay.
Because either the wife looks at it like, why you got a female friend? You know what I'm saying? She's not open to stuff like that in general. The wife don't trust you around other women or whatever. That's about it. But other than that, like especially if you single, like I understand it saying that and you're married or whatever. You don't want to go through that line. You don't want to tread those quarters. You don't want to consistently have to hear those questions all the time, pretty much. But if you're a single guy or whatever, pretty much majority of the women around you are probably just platonic friends and in general anyway, that you talk to. I mean, you don't always want to talk to guys all the goddamn time. And on the real, you're probably not going to talk to guys in the first place all the time, because guys don't like talking on the phone or talking all the time. So who you going to talk to? Pretty much. Gotcha. So I totally disagree with him, as you can probably say within that rebuttal I just said. Pretty much.
Well, go ahead, Face. Yeah, go ahead. You take it. Yeah.
Now, I have female friends
Mm-hmm.
that my wife knows of. My wife knows of all of them. I can't say she's met all of them because I live in the boonies. So, and they live where they live at, and all them no one lives close to where I live at. So I'm not going to where you at, and I barely speak to my female friends. You feel me? The closest female friend I have is Nikki, that we've known since we were 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I know her husband, her kids, all that. You feel me? She came to my wedding. It's possible to have a female friend. You feel me? I don't see her in no type of sexual way. Vice versa. You feel me? Not at all. Totally comfortable around her. Vice versa. I can call her husband and talk about some money shit with no problem. You remember? Like, so as far as Steve Harvey, I agreeing a little with Pat as far as trying to conserve his marriage, and also him trying to be whatever Steve Harvey he was when he wrote that bullshit ass book he wrote.
Okay.
Now, once again, I always say, with my opinion, I'm not hating. This is just how I personally feel. So it's not a hate, because get your money, brother. Do your thing. But I don't have to like everything. And if I don't like it, I voice that. Right. I didn't like that book. I mean, I understand what he was trying to do, because he was in the same lane. He was the beginning of the lane for the people like Derek Jackson and all those people. You feel me? He was the beginning of the lane. He just didn't get pulled out the lane. So the people who came behind him, you feel me? Like the people who came behind him, you feel me? They took his foot. They followed that path, but they tried to deviate off that path he laid, and then they got pulled off the path because of their dumbass mistakes. Well, Steve Harvey laid that footwork, you feel me, for that type of path where I don't want to say giving out game, but just talking to the opposite sex in the manner of, I'm trying to educate y'all on what these men do. You feel me? Instead of on a different level or getting females to understand men better. You could do that. You feel me? Like, because you're writing about a 90-day rule, you publicizing the book. It ain't just sold to women, it's sold to men too. So men can read that and be like, okay, cool, I see what you're telling them, I'm gonna do the opposite. Like, what was the real purpose of the book? But back to the opinion, he said. But back to the opinion, like, I don't really agree with that. I mean, like, there are men, like he said, there are men who just befriend women just to try to get with them. I've done that in the past as a young man, as a young ignorant man. Yeah, I did. So what? I know females who have done the same thing to me. So, hey, at the end of the day, that's just the world. But as far as true, genuine friendships, I have had several females in my lifetime who are true, genuine friends who were very close. You feel me? Like, who I could confide in or call for advice in a female situation. Or if I had a girlfriend, I can call that female and be like, hey, man, this what we going through. I did this. What should I have said? Or how would you feel if your man said? You feel like those type of situations, and I can get good advice from that, and I can take it back and implement it in my own. You feel me? So there are possibilities in situations where you can't have a female friend. Now, do I have any female friends that I actively talk to on a regular basis? No, because I mean, I really don't talk to people on the phone. I mean, y'all my two best friends. We don't really talk on the phone.
That's what I was saying earlier.
So I mean, we don't talk on the phone. So I mean, like, for those men who are constantly up under a woman, who are just trying to befriend them, who are always around them, I don't feel like those type of people can have female friends because they always have an agenda. But men who are mentally together and like who are on that adult level and on that adult plane as far as their relations and their relationships, as far as sexual and non-sexual, they can distinguish between the two. You feel me? So they can't have adult relationships because in no world, okay, we're in the world where there are more women than men. Is every man just supposed to have men friends? I mean, how would you ever learn anything about the other perspective? How would you ever better your mentality about dealing with another woman or dealing with a woman? You feel me? Like, if you can never ask a woman, you feel me? Like, the only female friend can't be your mother. I mean, when you get married, your wife becomes your friend. Yes, your wife becomes your friend when you get married and becomes your best friend. So you can have a friend as a wife, but in the essence that he's talking about, that doesn't qualify because you're having sex with your wife. So in the essence of what Steve was talking about, those friends that you have no physical attraction to, don't want nothing, and they don't want nothing for you, it is possible. But I guess you just got to have the mentality for that. Because even with just a same-sex friendship, every person don't have friends. You feel what I'm saying?
That's real.
I was going to add to that, even if y'all had like some kind of intimate relationship before, or y'all intertwined before or whatever, it still doesn't mean that y'all can't grow into being a platonic friend or whatever. Like, after a while, I think I would say that would still be. I was like, if you were to, let's say, like in my case, if I had a platonic friend and we were intimate at one time before or whatnot, and we got into that point where we just don't see each other like that or whatnot. Now, if I was to get into a relationship with somebody, then I could see where that could be, there's some tension, you know what I'm saying, into that. But at the same time, I'll say that might not be a true platonic friendship or whatever, but that's still like you gotten to a point where y'all are not looking at each other like that. So
I tell you, that's actually, I'm glad you said that, because that's actually one of the things that I was thinking. All right, so like, for one, it's not impossible, but it has to be some very like specific
Parameter.
going on. Like the cards gotta align. Like, you either gotta have a male and a female who both are so substantial in their body count contentment that they're literally just like at the point where they're like, you're not my type, but I still find you attractive, but I don't think that I'm not attracted to you. Like I recognize that you look good, but I'm honestly just genuinely not attracted to you because like, yeah, it's just, you ain't my type. But I recognize the other in you, you know what I mean? To the point where like, y'all won't ever try nothing. Those are the rare ones. Those are the ones like I've had that where one female in my entire life ever that was like on some just that. Everybody else was either like, you're a cool person, a friend through, or like a friend that either one of us was attracted to each other at one point or another, or something did happen at some point or another. Like, but it wasn't a lot of us straight. We're both not attracted to each other. Like that, you don't catch those a lot. So like parameter one would be y'all both just so high in your body count, y'all just happen to not be each other type and just happen to also get along like shit to the point where y'all are friends. Those are the rare ones. Then you got like what you was talking about where like it was some attraction there, but y'all never acted on it, or you acted on it and it wasn't enough to sustain nothing, but y'all actually fuck with each other outside of the attraction. So y'all been cool for so long, it then got to the point where like now we just like I've grown to see you as almost family, so it's weird. It would be weird to look at you as something else. That can happen. That's probably like one of the more
I feel like that's the more
type
common.
we run into. I'm gonna get to my problem with that, or not my problem, but just the issue with that in a minute. But then you also got where both people are butt ass ugly to the point where they both see each other as butt ass ugly, but they both play a mean hand of spades, or they both really like this TV show. And so like they get along on some shit and they just kick it. They just cool as shit, but they both see each other as ugly as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who to compare that to, but that's just what that. So that's possible too. But I would say the problem with anything dealing with where you've grown into this platonic from a place of one, the other, or both parties being attracted to each other is your current party, especially if we're talking about, you know, like us. Like, you get a woman, she gonna sniff that shit out. She gonna be like, even if you cool, she gonna be like, oh, she used to like you. Oh, she like you. Oh, she looked at, like, I know. I don't like the way, like, because women know other women. So, like, it's like some shit where you will be chilling, like, on some, 10 out of 10 people would look at you and never know that anything had ever happened, that she had ever confessed her love to you, or you had ever told her that she was cute, or y'all had ever kissed, or whatever. You be chilling. But your woman gonna be like, when she hugged you, her third finger touched the shoulder blade, and that's a secret code in Swahili. That means like she will find some shit and be like, and like they smell it, dude. So like the problem with that is like, if you got that platonic friend, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be beefing with your girl to the point where it becomes a bigger issue, and either you break up with your girl or your girl doesn't want to be there. So something happens. Or you now cannot hang with this friend that now it's grown into like this damn near like my sister. But your woman ain't gonna see none of that sister shit. She ain't gonna be trying to get none of that shit. Especially the average black woman. Now, I'm speaking in generalities here, people. Obviously, there are exceptions to everything I'm saying. There's exceptions to every rule, but that doesn't negate the general principle. Like on GP, the average black woman, you come up to her and be like, yeah, this is my sister. She will be like, oh no, that bitch in July 3rd, 1993, y'all were 6 and y'all were playing by the playground, and she looked at you and she sent you one of them little notes and you clicked yes. Oh, you circle yes. Yeah, you did. And now, no, like, and you know what I mean? So like, it just run you into some bullshit that like, to me, my ideal with relationships, and it's gotten me this far. It's gotten me married. It's gotten me in a long-term relationship for years. Like I'm a vet in this game now, all because of this simple principle. Like, work smarter, not harder. Think that shit a few steps ahead, and it saves you so much time on the back end. Because if you do, you already done seen, okay, if it goes this way, great, works for me. But if it goes this way, or this way, I need to have some contingencies in place, or I need to not even go down this path in the first place, so I don't even put that in the air. Like, but yeah, you run a risk with them ladies that's platonic now, but used to be boo things. You will fuck your shit up, or you will get somebody else fucked up. One of the two. That shit don't go right, chap.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, being that that's the most common way that you end up having platonic friends. That's the main reason most people say you can't have platonic friends.
And that's my argument. My argument is it can't happen. Again, the two major ways that I'm more advocate of that I've seen is two butt ugly people to just be like, hey, we cool. And they talk about their ugly problems together and they cool. You know what I mean? Or two regular to attractive people, from your fives on up, right? Two of them that because they have they have no issue with the opposite sex being at them, they're not really moved that easily. So they just don't move each other, even though they recognize that the other one is an attractive person, they're not attracted to each other. And those two are there, you know what I mean? Those two are more rare, but those two are the ones that I think are more legit. To me, if you're talking about platonic, I don't know that platonic can happen if y'all used to do something, or if somebody used to like each other in that situation, because there's always that fact, you can lose like of somebody. You can lose love of somebody. You can't lose attraction of somebody. You know what I mean? It's like if I was attracted to you, I'm still going to be attracted to you because those things have not changed. Now, unless y'all done got old and y'all both got butt ugly now, and now y'all looking at each other like, it's kind of one of them situations like he still got that, she still got that. We still like each other. So it's always gonna be something there to still be catching your eye. And that's gonna always be picked up on by the person's spouse or significant other. The average dude, we can walk in a room, and if our girl walk in a room, we can tell by the way the dude's looking at her, by the way they hug, by the way they high five, dap, fist bump, whatever the fuck. We know as a dude, okay, yeah, he used to like her, but he got played to the left. Oh, he was fucking her back in before I met her over there when she was da-da-da-da. Oh, this the dude that she be telling me about that be stalking her, but she don't like him at all. Oh, this you can pinpoint as a dude because you're a dude, so you know how you think, and y'all are wired close. So a woman is the same way. So it's just fuck you over if you got them grow into platonic friends, because it's going to cause an issue with another relationship at some point. You may end up with somebody who's cool with it or don't care or whatever, but that don't mean they don't know. They're gonna know. It's gonna be brought up at some point that you ain't gonna feel like talking about it. My opinion.
That is true. That is true.
But yeah, man. Pardon to say, it's kind of possible. Yeah, you can do it. But watch your type. Watch the genre of platonic you roll with there. Yeah. Definitely watch the genre of platonic.
Yeah. You never know.
Never know.
Never know. Because it could be all good, and then then it could be some fuckery.
And when that fuckery come around, the partner's gonna be down because we with the goofy shit. We with the goofy shit.
To the good of the fuckery this time.
Fuckeration.
All right, so this good and fuckery is a bit of this is gonna be a special edition good and fuckery, because we're gonna call this the Mortal Kombat edition.
Mortal Kombat! I've been waiting since I saw this on the docket to do just that. Thank y'all.
No comment, right?
Appreciate you
No comment,
indulging
right?
me.
No comment, right?
Pod Squad, y'all
No.
appreciate y'all. Podnas, I appreciate y'all. I had to
So-
get that off.
So I went ahead and I watched Mortal Kombat this weekend because I felt like I had to. One, I felt like I had to for the sake of nerddom. And also,
I damn
if
sure
I don't-
did it for that.
And I know if I don't hurry up and watch this movie, it's going to get spoiled by some random post on the internet.
And you know this.
So, and spoiler alert, before y'all continue.
Spoiler, if
this
you have not
cover.
seen Mortal Kombat, get
Go.
off of here now. Because guess what? We gonna talk about it and ain't gonna leave. We ain't about to be holding back and waiting for you to go see it next week. Push pause, go watch it, and then come back and then watch this shit. Go do it
Yep.
now. Do it now.
And hit like, subscribe, then comment,
You
and
should
share.
listen.
Every
Listen.
podcast streaming site got a pause button, and so does YouTube. Push pause on whatever you listen to this on, and carry your ass and go watch this movie, and then come on back.
You should listen to them.
Because it's about to be
They
Mortal
about
Kombat!
Booga nigga, booga nigga, booga nigga, booga nigga, booga nigga.
And I feel
The
sorry.
booger nigga. What the hell is the
only
booger
thing
nigga?
was trailers.
The booger nigga. Booger nigga.
That's the only one I really care about spoiling it for his face.
When he said booger niggas in my head, I just saw a line of little people inside of a nose picking boogers. Like just, oh, been working all day picking these goddamn nose goals. Oh.
You ain't never got to worry about spoiling no movie for me, Pat, because I watch critics and spoilers all the time just so I can go back and watch the movie myself because I always got my own opinion on everything, man. So
I'm a bit the same way too, but man.
Oh, we can do another recap after this, after you to watch it. I'm always down for a good movie review. I'm always down for that type of fuckery. Yeah, let's get with that.
So I would say, all in all, I did enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But just with any I would say pop culture aspect that goes into Hollywood, there's a lot of things that I would have changed, or it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if it was done differently, it would have been a better movie or whatever.
Okay,
but
can I so if you're gonna get into what you would have changed, can I ask that we do this before you get to that part?
What's up?
Is it possible that we compare this one with the original?
That's also.
Are you getting to those shits?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Okay, get to those. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
and do
getting
your
to
thing
that
then.
part.
Unfold your badge, bro. Let me pause. God damn, that was crazy. That was crazy. My bad. Pause. Beg my pardon.
So I'll put it this way: since Tiz, you seen it, right?
Oh yes, sir. Two times.
Which one do you feel like you like better?
Okay. Overall, 2021. But 95 does have some fire. Like 95 has some areas where I feel like it shined over 2021. So I feel like it's kind of like, it's not saying that 95 was like so garbage compared to this one. It was more saying that like 2021 is definitely showing like what the evolution of like the story and having more thought behind it and having more characters even to like kind of build this world from does. But it's close, but 2021, if I had to lean one way or the other, pause.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was a pause, but I'm gonna just put a pause there.
Now, I feel to tell you the truth, I could probably watch just like any other 90s movie from back in the day. You know, you give me a Demolition Man or any other action movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could probably watch Mortal Kombat first. Now, I cannot watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I cannot watch that.
I don't even put that into the movie thing. Like when I'm considering Mortal Kombat, it's 95. then 2021, and then whatever comes out after this. I don't even put Annihilation in the
That shit
mix.
sucks.
That shit didn't happen. That didn't happen to me.
That shit sucked like a prostitute on Saturday.
Yes, yet less enjoyable.
Oh God,
very, very much so. But I think for the most part, I feel like 95 had. I kind of feel like 95 had almost a better story when it comes to being aligned with what we've learned of the Mortal Kombat story so far, or whatever. And in this story, it's like I wish, like in the 2021 story, I feel like if they had the 95 story with the same effects and special effects and everything, that it would be a perfect movie. Like, I feel like there's things in the 95 movie that I love, and there's things in this new movie I love, and the rest is fuckery or whatever. But at the same time, we also got to think.
I don't know, bro.
What do you feel, Ted?
So if you gave with the story wise, like, all right, so like I know where they're going with this Mortal Kombat. Like, they're building a universe, right?
Yeah.
So if you're plotting out the universe, if you look at this as like the Mortal Kombat movie, that's kind of where you would be misled by the name.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of the prequel to the actual tournament movie that you're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? So like, that's why they're going to get Johnny Cage, because they're going to have to actually fight the tournament now, since they thwarted the ability for them to take out all of the dragon or whatever. And now after you fight the tournament, then you get the armies that Shang Tsung was talking about in your third movie. And then that also opens you up to have Sub-Zero go off and do his solo movie, or Scorpion do his solo movie, or you get the Kung Lao and Liu Kang story up, you know, how they got together, you know, all that shit. So like, I think that's more where they're going with it. So like, to me, I like this story because it sets up like Scorpion and Sub-Zero storyline intersect because of their bloodline, because of their length of time they've been alive. It intersects with a lot of other characters. So they give them that through line to bring in other characters as you keep going with this. You know what I mean? Like, they could have brought in pretty much anybody. And with those two characters being the central characters, once you bring in Liu Kang or Kung Lao, either one of those two, you've got enough to say, all right, I can bring this person in and have a legit reason as to why they would be here based off of one of those three characters. You see what I'm saying? So like, I think by setting it up, like, you get a good chunk of Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and Liu Kang losing Kung Lao, so you get that dynamic built up now. So now you have the motivation for why Liu Kang would be so angry going into the actual tournament itself. If they just pop into the tournament, Liu Kang pop out and they do that shit in the flashback real quick, you'd be mad. But you've seen them interact for a minute. So when you lose Kung Lao, you actually have that emotional impact, which carries you into the next movie. So now when Liu Kang is really pissed the fuck off and he wants at Shang Tsung really bad, you see why he's fighting his ass off in the tournament to get you. You know what I mean? So I think, like, looking at it like that, I personally still like 2021, but I do get what you're saying. Like, to me, 95 played more to the fan service of, if you like the video game, what you're used to seeing. Like, it was campy as fuck, and it had such a different tone than the real game. But as far as like the move sets and the actual uniforms that they wore, it was more like exactly like what you saw in the video game. So I feel what you're saying there, as far as like it hitting more of those tones, to where I get it. Like I said, 95 definitely has a lot of merits of his own. I don't disagree there. I just don't know that.
See,
the
now,
story.
I was looking at it as a standalone movie, because like, even with the first Mortal Kombat, I wasn't thinking they were going to come out with the second one. I think they were just going to do like all these other movies. You know, it was like a period of time in the 90s where they would find any old thing. What'd you say, Faye?
He talking to
There was no second one.
Oh,
No,
It was
there
no-
wasn't a second one.
Yeah, exactly.
It
You're
was
right.
95 and 2021. Annihilation
right.
don't
This is the
exist.
second one. This reboot is the second one. Damn it.
You're right.
Amen to that face.
Even,
Great
even
fact check in the moment.
Effect. That's the Mandela effect. You think it exists, but it really never came out.
yeah, like Sinbad really was.
You better
What
annihilate
they
that shit
said,
from your memory.
Sinbad is still. It really is Shazam. But anyway,
First of all, it was never a movie called Shazam.
Shazam.
Well, not before this newer movie that was called Shazam. Not
yeah.
But there was never an old movie back from the 90s called no damn Shazam. It was Kazam.
Kazam.
So that should have been everybody's first clue. But then also Sinbad was never a genie and nothing. Like
Nah.
he had some big pants because he was big, but he wasn't a genie.
Not at all.
But I thought it was gonna be a standalone movie. I wasn't really thinking it because I don't know the way they came out with saying, "Hey, we're coming out with a Mortal Kombat movie." Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like they just promoted that like a month or two ago or whatever. Like
damn sure did, because I ain't know nothing about it. And then also it was like a couple of weeks ago, it was like, oh, it's coming. Oh, all right.
It's coming. I'm like, oh,
right
all right.
on.
Yeah, I thought.
And then it was like, the shit is out. Nigga, I ain't even know the shit came out this past weekend. Like, I saw that shit on fucking Twitter. I was on that shit looking at battle rap shit, and somebody was like, ooh, I gotta hurry up and get home to watch Mortal Kombat. Nigga, that shit is out. What is that on? Where can I see that?
Yeah.
Whose free trial do I need to go watch that? Because I'm going to get it right
got
now.
it, man.
Yeah.
HBO.
Yeah.
What's it on?
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Oh, okay. I'll start my free trial tomorrow. I got a day off.
Yes, sir.
And along with that free trial, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff. You can watch the Snyder Cut that I was talking about when you have 4 hours.
Yes,
to
you
just
can.
give away.
Oh, 4 hours, dude.
You got 4 hours. Plus, they got Godzilla versus Kong. Just
that
to give
shit
you
is
that.
awesome. That shit is awesome. It's on some in-game shit, but to me, I ain't gonna front, man. In-game was still more like riveting, but I also have I have like 10, 11 years invested in these characters as opposed to the past 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't care because I don't like DC like that. Like I liked the Dark Knight, Batman, that trilogy there. I like Batman. I never liked any of the Superman movies. I don't care how gritty you make them. He's still a fucking super alien that can't die. I don't care about that.
I don't like Superman. Period. I never liked Superman. I was never a Superman fan.
I've never been a DC fan. They can miss me with that. That shit was cornball city, bro.
I never been one either. I try to keep an open mind or whatever when I see they try to do something or whatever. So, like I've read some stories where they made me actually interested in like Superman, but you have to actually be a good artist to pull off Superman because everybody knows that people that gonna come on top.
DC comics and in the DC, those were the people who never ever got a chance to sit at a cool table at lunchtime. They were never with any cool people. They was always sitting with like the kid that was like a little off, and the kid that was like the best, like the kids that were special needs.
Oh man, no,
those are the only kids that would sit there and talk to them and share applesauce and shit. But like they won't sit. Like you don't like DC and be cool. Like it's just an automatic like. And I'm down with any nerd, but they like dweebs. Take that shit back to like the 70s.
I understand because like
dweebs.
Goddamn, back then, like DC comics.
I mean that straight.
Like, their stories,
take that shit back to the 80s and 90s. Fucking herbs.
Like the DC comic storylines back then was extra, like goofy, campy, and from time to time.
Goofball city, and it's too late for them to try to go gritty because now the problem is all of their characters have been seen that way for years, like decades. You ain't about to make me it's like it's like when you see certain characters and they play like something in like a trilogy or a series of movies, right? When they go play something else, all you see them as is that person, that other character as this. Oh, this is fucking the dude from The Office. This is Jim from The Office, but as a James Bond. And that's all I see the whole movie is Jim. Get him, Jim. Get him, Jim. like you don't see them as tough all of a sudden. Like you see them as the character. So like it's one of those type of situations where like you're going to like associate goofball campy with Superman. Like that's the problem. The only character they really had that ever really had like those gritty dark storylines that was really popular was Batman, which is why Batman has been their biggest takeoff character. What the hell you putting on face?
You
Get him, Jim.
Get him, Jim. Get him, Jim. Get him, Jim. God damn it. This is for Dunder Mifflin, god damn it. We made paper for you.
That boy,
you know who are some gritty DC characters
Pam rooting for you. Get him, Jim.
You know who are technically some gritty DC characters now?
These nuts. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to get one off. Pause and all that, but damn it. This old school shit.
But I was going to say Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat, that studio and Warner Brothers kind of have like a I don't want to say a partnership together because they had that one HBO Max, all the Warner movies are going to HBO Max anyway, period. So, and then Mortal Kombat, I believe they're like under that. And then also, there was that Mortal Kombat and DC video game also, or whatever. And they made that.
But I don't see them. They can't merge them worlds, man. I don't want that.
They already did in a video game. It was
I know, but I don't. But did they do that in the comic or anything? Like, because I don't want
they ain't done that.
Scorpion fighting fucking.
That's not gonna happen.
Fighting Deadshot or something like some dumb shit or whatever his name is. Like, I don't want to see that. I'm straight. I don't need no Luke Cage versus Daredevil and. Oh no, not Daredevil. What's his name? What's the little DC guy name? Just be beat. He ain't really that. He just
Arrow.
He just punt. Is it Arrow? He be jumping around in the city.
Who the fuck is Arrow?
He be like always brooding on the ledge.
Arrow is DC's Hawkeye, basically.
Yes, that nigga. Yeah, he ain't really that powerful or nothing. He just shoot arrows at people. He like Hawkeye, basically. Like
yeah, they got a whole TV series about him.
He's a really good athlete with some arrows,
and he's rich.
And he just beats people up. But
he's basically.
I don't want to see that against Liu Kang. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm good.
They have a whole Marvel
in the movies.
They have a whole Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
You know what? They got Marvel versus Capcom, and I don't want to see fucking Captain America versus Ryu.
That's the whole.
I'm straight on that. I'm straight on that.
With that.
They can end those conversations. Ted said right here on the Podnas, no, stop it. Tell a friend.
And the DC,
Hold on,
DC
let me make sure they got me. No, stop it. Stop it now. Tell a friend. Shit.
The DC
oh my god.
The DC fighting game Injustice is made by Mortal Kombat. Basically,
that's great. That is great. I hope they keep that shit separate on movies. I'm good on that.
No, I don't think that's not. DC got to actually build their freaking cinematic universe before they even do some stupid experiment like that. So that ain't gonna ever happen.
DC gotta get a movie right. They still haven't really gotten a movie right since the Dark Knight trilogy. Like every movie been a little off to me. Like, I'm still not that sold on Ben Affleck as this Batman. Like, I'm not on that train with everybody else. I'm good.
But I think the reason why you probably off on Ben Affleck
he's not my Batman.
nigga ain't Batman. We'll fix
Is that
that.
what he said?
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you gave me that translation because I was looking like, what in the hell?
But
All I heard was
yeah, I would say
Badlands. I was like, the Badlands. What is that? I was like, is that a villain from DC I ain't heard of? You know, I don't know.
Nah, but I'm pretty sure they used it before.
You can throw out anything over there, and I'd be like, okay, oh, really? It's a dude named that? I believe you. I don't know.
But I think
Newport
I think main reason why you don't like Ben Affleck as Batman is because of that first Justice League movie that came out with made him look like a straight goofball. And if you would have just had the Snyderverse
I don't really like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Oh, true. All right.
He can play him in a box. He can play him with a fox. He can play him in a chair. He can play him over there. I do not like him, Sam. I do not like Ben Affleck. No, sir. I am good on that. He's just not it. Like, not a bad actor or nothing. I'm not saying that. I just don't buy him as Batman. I'm good on that. I'm good. Yeah,
but to get back to the subject, Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
I would say the main thing that the movie was all around good. It's just Cole. Cole is my main problem throughout the whole thing. Scorpion is great. Sub-Zero is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I even give Sonya, they had Jax with the little Tyrannosaurus arms for a second, but like
them baby ass arms, they can't do it.
Oh man, no offense to him, but they had with the DJ Paul arms, and he trying to fight, and then the dude Ryko come in with his hammer and just beat the. I'm just glad he got his revenge at the end, but that and. Right. It's just cold. It just seemed like you just.
What was wrong?
Where did this guy come from? Like, where did the guy come from, and what is his whole point? Like, I feel like if it is, well, I feel like the point of him is to make you have like a relatable character. Like Cole, I look at Cole like he a creative character in the movie.
Exactly. And I think to me, narratively, that's a great choice. Reason being, if the experience doesn't work anymore, you can always kill him off without it being a character that's beloved or like that has a huge fan base that will go crazy.
True.
For two, the good part about it, and what I actually think makes this movie so different than the first one, is they have a blanket character for you to follow. So you find yourself being put in the movie as like, what would I do if this is my, you know what I'm saying? Like, it allows you, like, that's an old narrative trick to have like a character that's just like any man. So that way the person viewing or reading or listening can immerse themselves into the story more. And I feel like that's what made me get more into the story, because it was like, I don't know this nigga, so I don't care about this nigga, but I know all of these people surrounding him. I know all of this history surrounding him. Let me, oh shit, that's what they did to us. Come on then. Come on, let's get him. Let's get him then. I was with him in the end with Scorpion, because I'm now into the movie now, because I don't care about this dude, so I don't put myself in his place. It's like just subconsciously, that's kind of like the effect it has. So I like it, because again, you have a disposable character that if need be, you can use him to tie everybody together and then get rid of him, and you don't have a huge fan base to get backlash from. You don't have like a huge, like all of the Sub-Zero fans coming after you ready to go off because you killed off their favorite character for some bullshit. You can kill him off with a damn semi-truck. He ain't even got to die from a Mortal Kombat fight. And all right, who we following now? Oh, okay, it's Sonya Blade's story now. Got it. Oh, it's Jack's story now. Like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like, again, you got a disposable character, and at the end of the day, if it does work, you continue to have a character that allows the viewer to immerse themselves in the story just that bit.
I would say, and then the other one, my favorite characters. Well, my favorite character is Scorpion, period. Just in general. I mean,
on the game as well.
on the game as well, my favorite character is Scorpion. It's between Scorpion and Baraka, or whatever. But I think one of my other favorite characters out of the movie was Kano. Just off of the way he act or whatever, he was like, all right. I felt like he was more Kano in this movie than it was in the original movie. Like,
gotcha.
In the other movie, it's just, all right, we had a guy with an accent that had an eyeball and he messed with Sonya or whatever. But this guy, you get more personality out of him, pretty much. The only thing is that I still want him in the tournament, and it don't look like he's gonna be in the tournament in the next movie. If you have, I'll put it this way: off of what you just said, with this being like a prelude to the tournament, if they come out with the second one and they have the tournament, and the second Mortal Kombat movie is up to par pretty much or whatever, then I'll probably look back at this movie and be like, all right,
I got you. I can respect that.
You get a better, but as a standalone movie onto itself right now, and thinking that I don't think Hollywood is going to go anywhere else with it or whatever, they just put that Johnny Cage thing at the end just to. I feel like they do that with all movies, that they feel like it's going to be just a one-off, just in case it's a possibility that this movie was working. Then you can see, hey, we got something to go into the next movie.
Well, they got Sub-Zero signed on for 4 movies.
Oh, I ain't even know that. The movie just came out. I ain't know they made
that
many
cuts. They got Sub-Zero signed on for 4 movies. Not sure about the Scorpion character, but Sub-Zero is definitely signed up for 4 movies. So
they gotta have the Scorpion
for 4 movies. Then that means 4 something dealing with Mortal Kombat is coming out, or at least you have plans on 4 something's coming out.
4 something to come out, yeah.
So I'd say it's a good shot at it, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I like how Sub-Zero. This is the only thing I don't like about Sub-Zero and Scorpion or whatever. They just had armor on. It didn't have it ain't had to be like the first movie, but something similar to what they had. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't tell me there was Mortal Kombat or whatever, and then you just showed me these characters, I wouldn't have known it was Mortal Kombat. Pretty much.
I understand what you're saying.
Like I should be able to look at Scorpion at any time, no matter the design, and be like, that's Scorpion. That's the nigga that says get over here. That's Sub-Zero. That look like stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like say get over here.
I would say I feel you on that. I definitely think they could have done more, or maybe even made the color scheme more spot on. Especially on their final armor sets. What I did like about it though is the way they kind of set up Sub-Zero going into noob Cybot form.
Yeah, I did see that.
I like the way his character was already wearing the darker armor because of that. And I like the way, I think Scorpion was more meant to look like if you're in hell, you're not going to come out bright yellow. You're going to come out a little burnt and a little more dusty color. So I think it was more like even his face and stuff, everything had a singed look to it. So I think that was more just the vibe they was going for with him. But I definitely would have liked more of that aesthetic, just as a fan, just to see that visual of them facing off with that. Real quick. Yeah.
Like they've had designs like that. I mean, they changed the design of the character each game. You get what I'm saying? So they had Scorpion designs which would fit into the movie the way they had it or whatever. It's just that it seems like they just threw some armor on this dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just need to see that kimono like go right over it or something. That's all I need.
I'm with you there.
But as far as the action, the way they started the movie and everything, it was dope. I love it. I love Kung Lao. I like how they did Kung Lao.
They did my boy Kung Lao justice until his death. I was like, really? You just let him go out like that? Like, it's just...
Yeah. But...
Like, like, he was just kicking ass. He had the best fatality in the whole fucking movie. Like, and you let him go out like, okay, he going out like that? All right, well...
I kind of feel like...
Since he's spoiling how he go out, shit.
Shang Tsung literally just was like, basically
I'm out of here.
magnetized him over to his hand, held his throat, and was like, "Your soul is mine." And took his soul.
Just like in the game.
It was no fight. It was no just literally force drag that motherfucker to him and took his soul.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But that's after Kung Lao cut up his one of Shang Tsung's favorite.
Oh man, he threw his hat into the ground and it started spinning like a buzzsaw, and he ran this bitch.
He got that move on the game.
Natara. Boy, Natara got split the fuck open.
And I think Natara was probably came from the third or fourth game. I think she was on one of them games or whatever. But Natara was one of Shang Tsung's favorite.
Bet you won't be on no more games after that, boy. Don't nobody want to play with her now. Ain't nobody trying to pick her.
Shang Tsung loved her though, man. He thought she was gorgeous with her bat wings.
I mean, what
pretty
Shang
much
Tsung is what he is. You know?
And I'm only saying
that a little bat soul in him somewhere.
I'm just saying he had to be mad because he went straight from Kung Lao after he split her in half.
He liked them batty boys.
That wasn't the way I wanted to split her in half. That was not the way I wanted to split her in half.
Yeah, he ain't getting no coot noot now, but it's a wrap.
Now you got to deal with Melina. Now you can't even really deal with Melina, and
but
you don't want to
give him that big mouth. Ha!
Yeah, some teeth. You don't want that. Teeth. Am I missing?
People on YouTube gonna be like, "What in the hell?" Ah!
What is it? Raiden. I always feel like Raiden should do more, but he's always.
Man. I want it to be when Shao Kahn come out. That's what I want to see. Raiden start getting down with the hands. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
The screen and jack somebody into a wall. Shit.
But I
want to see it. Right now, what he's doing is just enough to assert his power. Like, man, you get your little ass out of here, peon. Fuck out of here. I'm hitting my mic. My bad. But yeah.
It's probably just do stuff. That's all. But yeah, man, he'll be doing stuff, man.
Face be weak over there.
Yeah, he do.
I'm just
oh shit.
Yeah,
but I will tell you what's hilarious though.
What's funny?
What's hilarious is Cole got his ass whooped throughout this whole movie. This whole movie was about him.
His nickname was the punching bag, so you kind of had that set up from the beginning, like you knew, he's going to take a lot of punishment. That's going to be his skill. He can take punishment. And his special power is he can take a lot of punishment and then dish it back out through his suit. You know, old White Panther, White Tiger ass nigga.
Crouching Tiger, hidden dragon.
Crouching Tiger. Let me be quiet.
Oh man.
Crouching Tiger, hidden appropriation. Shit. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I know that nanotechnology when I see it. I know that shit that Shuri made. That's that same weave. You can color it different, damn it. You know, you can give me shit and tell me it's sugar, but I'm still gonna know the difference, damn it.
They gotta rebuild Goro too.
Goro was hard in that movie though. I was like, that shows you the difference between what they had back in 95 and what they got now.
Yeah.
Like
Goro
that was the cool part to see him done right.
He just came out.
I don't know how he's gonna come back. I wonder if they're gonna bring him back, like by bringing back his dad or his brother. What was the other one named? Mintaro.
But I think they might be Mintaro. I think they might
the tiger skin.
Yeah. No, that's Kataro.
Yeah.
I think Mintaro.
And he like Goro's brother or dad or uncle or something.
Something like that. He like half tiger version. I don't know why they designed it like that, but. Yeah, and then they had the Centaur, and then they had the girl version, Shiva. Yeah, the girl version, Shiva. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was.
Yeah,
I definitely
it
liked
was
it.
not.
I watched
not
it
less-
twice, so you know I like it.
The nerddom and everything seems like they're split half and half or whatever. Some seem to like it. Some. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Who's that little boy? Who's that little boy playing Liu Kang? When I
don't know.
saw him for the first time,
I definitely was what Face was saying. I think it was off air. I definitely agree that like the dude Robin Shue that did it the first time looked the part more.
Mm-hmm.
This new guy was definitely a little bit of a like, oh, okay. I had to really like kind of push myself to get used to him as that, but I was like, all right,
yeah, me too.
if this what you
I was
gonna
like,
give me. I was like,
and
this
then
dude would have been better playing Mowgli or something.
that nigga, it's Hindu Gohan as Liu Kang.
They should have got sweater vest, baby.
It went from punching them with arms real fast, hitting them with kicks, that bicycle kick.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, he was chopping some wood with that shit, boy. He was kicking the shit out of the dude.
I was like, man, they got this baby out here fighting the
baby,
the army of Shang
whooping
Tsung.
ass, little babies whooping ass, kicking ass, shooting fireballs.
Mortal Kombat had their own sweater vest, baby.
Eating people with dragons.
But you know what? But like I said, other than that, most part, yeah, I'll watch the next one. I'll go ahead and watch the next one, especially if it's setting up for what the way you said it was going to be. Tiz, then yeah, I'll probably go back to this and be like, all right, this works.
I think
this
so.
works.
If they continue to progress the way they have been, so far, I'm gonna follow it.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. And that's the end of the Good and Fuckery. What you say, Face?
I said I'll definitely check the first one out. I'll try to make time sometime.
You should.
No, I think you enjoy it, Face. You'll enjoy it pretty much. Yeah, just make sure it's Mortal Kombat. No A words under it. No long syllable A words.
Mandela effect. Dang, man, she don't exist, bro.
What?
So for the Mortal Kombat edition of Good and Fuckery, we say that the original 95 Mortal Kombat is good. We say that the Mortal Kombat 2021 is excellent.
Yeah.
And
I would say,
we say Annihilation is the fuckery.
Annihilation
and it don't exist.
Annihilated from your memory.
There you go.
It's so much fuckery. We didn't even talk about it. We just talked. It was that bad.
Ain't gonna talk about it now.
It was that bad. It was.
Hell no.
Like one of them USA movies that come on at night that you never watched. But yeah, that ends today's Good and Fuckery. All right. So I'm going to progress into the next subject. So what brought this subject up is that last year I put up this post or whatever, and the post was basically so it can come up to my memories on Facebook. If you've been on Facebook a while, you know that if you had a post from like a post that a lot of people may have shared or whatever, it got some traction, they'll say, here's a memory from 4 years ago. So this came up. I literally posted this so it will come up in my memories or whatever. And it's pretty much a list of how things were at I would say the first part of the pandemic last year. And I posted it like April 26, 2020. So it was basically a list of things that we were going through at that time. And I just did that so we can have, like, when it comes back around a year from now or whatever, which was basically yesterday or whatnot, I can compare and contrast and see have we progressed since the beginning of the pandemic or whatever. So I'm gonna just go through some of them, whatever, and then we'll go from there. So at that time we were 40 days in social isolation.
Oh shit.
Yep. It had like the dollar's worth or whatever, which was like $5.32. The euro was $5.77, and the pound was $6.54. Gas at that time was $1.49 for regular and $1.79 for premium.
Well, it's definitely went back up above that.
A whole nother dollar. It's been a whole nother dollar added to that since it progressed or whatever. And I would add on, it seemed like it's jumped up as soon as Biden got in the office, but we'll put that in for another subject another day. Whenever.
I got some legs to it.
That motherfucker right there. Anyway, at the time, schools was closed since mid-March, and they were beginning to teach remotely online, and they were planning on continuing for the rest of the year, which, as we already experienced, that was the truth. There are lines, tapes inside the stores to keep people 6 feet apart. That's still going on. Bars and restaurants only for home and delivery and pickup. Now,
depends on which ones.
That's been opened up. A lot of places, if they are open, like you'll have a table, and then there's a table that's just closed or whatever. They got the seats up and everything, and then there's another table beside it to keep people 6 feet away, pretty much. But for the most part, delivery and pickup still kind of reign supreme in majority in a lot of areas too. Here, same thing with bars. At that time, beaches, parks, and walk-in places, they were completely closed to the public or whatever. And I would say as soon as the summer hit, that changed for Florida. Yeah, pretty much. Florida. So yeah, that kind of changed Florida, and then it gradually up. Definitely the beach is open now. So, but people ask. People are doing drive-by parades to celebrate birthdays, weddings, family celebrations, and birthdays were canceled. See, I think now we're at a point, because at that time, young kids couldn't understand why they couldn't see their grandparents, and they can only do it virtual. But I think by now they probably understand what's going on.
They know what's going on because they can't go see Paw no more.
Now this was built as an emotional post. Hugs and kisses are not given. Churches are closed and online. I basically stated the whole stay away about a meter. There was a shortage of masks and gloves in the hospitals now, but now that's prevalent pretty much anywhere you can get a goddamn mask now, in general, including on the Podnas closet. Make sure you get your mask and anything else you need for this pandemic. Podnas closet.
There you
pretty
go.
much. People are wearing masks. At this time, they said places even require that you wear a mask to enter. Now,
that's still true.
Now, that's the beginning. And, that's still shock at that time. But now we've gotten so used to it that shock for if you go up to a place, you're actually more shocked that they allow people in without a mask on than with a mask.
This is true.
There was toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Clorox, and Lysol shortages for days. I think they pretty much made up for that. Yeah, I always got sanitized, and I got antiseptic wipes in my truck just in case. Whatever. Especially nowadays with this pollen going around, can't touch nothing without your eyes burning. Store checkouts got plexiglass over where they actually check you out at.
Still
whatever. That's pretty much a norm now.
Yep.
They said at the time, was it isopropyl alcohol, basically rubbing alcohol. That was limited.
That was when sanitizer was low, yeah. And
At that time,
making that shit on their own.
And Australia, USA, and Europe closed their borders, and as of right now, I'm pretty sure they pretty much. I don't know. I think Europe. I think in some places in Europe, they're still closed their borders down too.
Oh yeah.
Here currently.
Well, we can go across our borders because I'm carrying my ass to Mexico this summer, so the borders open.
Yeah. And I'm planning on a California trip, so yeah, myself.
Well, that ain't
it said Western Australia has been divided into 9 territories, and an instant $1,500 fine issued for crossing the border without valid reason.
That's for what I
read. And
they got divided into 9 territories.
Yeah, well, they're probably talking about their states in general.
Just go split. Hey, y'all over here. Y'all over here.
Yeah, so they like if you move from this territory to this territory, you got to have a good reason at that time. So I think by now they probably opened up a lot. And at that time, no one was traveling for leisure. All the airports were empty. Tourism was at the worst crisis in history, of course, evidently. So
it's getting better now.
Yeah. So
especially in Florida, because they lit.
It's crazy because if you look at that list, a lot of that stuff hasn't changed. We just gotten accustomed to it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep. That's exactly what I was noticing.
Like you know, at first, you know, everybody was fast, like, oh shoot, I gotta have a mask to come in here or whatever. I know I had go flip-flop back and forth and did one of these numbers where I covered my face with my shirt just to get in.
2021 ain't nothing but 2020 that started driving, bro. I mean, that started drinking. That's all this is.
Pretty much.
It's the same shit. It's the same. Like, think about it. At the same time of this year, last year, we were talking about somebody getting shot. What are we talking about right now? The same exact shit. What are we talking about last year at the time? COVID-19 spikes. What did I just read in a headline before we got online tonight? COVID spikes coming. Like, at this point, man, the only thing that's different is we got a vaccine. So less people are going to be dying from it, hopefully. And other than that, man, we still going to be spreading this shit. Atlanta and Florida still going to be acting like ain't shit wrong. And like, it's going to be the same. This shit ain't that different. This 2020, the remix.
So. Yeah, it just seemed like
I wish it would stop, goddammit.
Or at least get to a point where it's not affecting us that much.
I don't want it to get to no fucking point. I want it to stop. I want it to go ahead with its bullshit. Go on now. Go on now. It's another year's turn. Let 2022 see what it can do. Let it stretch its wings and fly. But this 2020 and 2021 bullshit, bruh, they can have. They can have.
You know what is crazy? I think 2020 desensitized me to like stuff that the 2021 has to offer, because it's like
that's the sad part. Now, you get numb to it.
Because I'm getting used to seeing rappers die every day.
I don't want to see people die. I don't want to see nobody else sick. I don't want to see none of that shit and it be normal. I don't want to see masks be normal. I don't want to see my kid not being able to just play with other kids comfortably. Like, I want it to be just like, yo,
less
all right, you got it. You won. Go back to where you was at now. You got it. What more? You have beat us into fucking submission, man. Like, like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. So as y'all can see, man,
Stop doing this
20
to us, man.
2020 and 2021 has naturally pissed Tiz off.
Man, fuck 2020 and 2021.
And speaking
what do you want to say? Fuck.
Pissed off.
Yeah.
I think I'll just tell you what done pissed me off this week.
Come on with it.
That's my favorite
So,
thing.
so I know my number one thing this week upsets a lot of people. So I'm gonna just bring it to the forefront. I can't stand people who don't know how to use the public restroom correctly.
First with
What?
people
What?
that smell like this.
People,
What do you mean
people
now?
who
People can't use the
people
public
who
restroom.
shit all
That's why
over
they
the
smell like
toilet.
this.
Oh,
People who don't shit in the hole, they shit all over the toilet.
how
or they
do
pee
you
everywhere.
shit on the toilet? Like,
I don't understand it.
where is your ass aiming? Like, what do you have? Is that shit like spraying out of there like a wood chipper? Like, what the fuck?
What did you eat?
Like,
What did you, is something wrong? Am I going into
you in there
bathroom?
hovering over the damn toilet, and that shit just.
I be asking I gotta ask myself sometimes, like, is every public bathroom I go in, is the same dude at everyone?
Nigga, you over there sound like Umar. You all right, Pat?
Or is it just a whole
Sorry.
bunch of people
Pilot.
just shitting everywhere on the toilet? Like, I can't believe it. Like, how hard is it to use the public restroom correctly? Or is that how you use the bathroom in your own house?
There you
And
go.
that'll be even worse. Because you got shit on
Bet it is.
yeah.
Like that.
Like,
They
Now, I'll
have the
tell you what
house.
it is, though. It's just like hotel rooms. People don't take care of shit when they know it's not theirs. Because they know it is like when they don't feel like there's a consequence to their actions, they act worse. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why we have law enforcement in place. Because if you just had the laws, people would still do what they wanted to do. And yeah, it wouldn't be none of that. The world would be a savage land. So, like, I think that's more what it is like people look at the public restroom as like, I ain't the one got to clean this shit. So fuck it. All over everything. Daddy daycare, all up in the stall. So you know what I mean? And then you got to walk in on that. So I think that's what that is. I mean, I'm gonna pee on the toilet seat and I'm not even gonna flush it because I don't even got to put my hand in there because I ain't got to clean it. And that's what they really think. So I think that's really the problem. Like, if you look at even go to the average good woman that been to college, go to their home and see their restroom, right? It's gonna be nice. But look at the public restrooms, girls' restrooms, and like college dorms. They said that's some of the nastiest shit you ever see. Why? Because they don't have to clean it. Campus services comes through and handles that. So it's like, I think it's just anybody like put in a situation where they have no restriction or they don't feel like it's a direct consequence of their actions, they gonna act a fool, and it goes no different in the restroom. They nasty. They nasty, son.
Yeah.
They spraying that shit all around.
Can't be me. Can't be me because I used to be one of them people that used to have the dirty ass jobs that come after people like that. So I wouldn't do that shit off of karma.
See you now chasing somebody in the parking lot. You didn't shit on this. You soiled this toilet. Damn you.
The next thing that pisses me off is medical bills.
Oh,
man. Do you really think?
Up, don't they?
Did you really think I was gonna give you $48,000 for that bullshit treatment you gave me?
What killed me is, so what is insurance for?
And what the fuck? How much? If insurance did click in, how much did y'all cover? And if y'all covered the amount, even bigger laughs to the hospital that you thought you was gonna get all that money from the insurance and then some from me.
What you said to that? I was gonna say just like to that Derrick Jackson fellow. Ha ha. That nigga said,
like,
put that on a t-shirt.
How dare they have the audacity to try to charge people these exorbitant amounts for medical treatment?
Yeah, bro. That's one of the biggest rackets in America. That's legal.
They charging kilo prices for medical procedures. Y'all is not in the drug game. Y'all in the medicine game.
They charge you a pound. They charge you a good pound just to go to the hospital and the ambulance to get the medical treatment before they even treat it or see you ain't signed in yet.
I don't care how.
Don't forget
just for the ride. They the most expensive Uber in America.
I don't care whatever happened to me. Don't put me in an ambulance. Drive me to the hospital. Because you're going to
I
hurt me
drive
even worse
myself.
if they save me. And then I got an ambulance bill because I'm like, oh man, you might well let me damn get sick then shit. Just drive me. You got me with a $2,000 motherfucking bill.
For me
What
to
the
still
hell? You might well just let me go. Now I
The
got
bill about to
$2,000
hurt
in
me
for
worse
the
than me getting
ambulance
stabbed.
take
and
me now,
hospital.
Lord.
What? Like hospital bills are ridiculous. Like
Hell yeah, bro.
damn
They
ridiculous
beat your pockets
for
up.
no motherfucking reason. For no
You
What's the
paying
reason.
the
reason?
full month. You paying the full month amount of rent for one day. Not even one day, a couple of hours.
Because they want to
Yeah.
line certain people's pockets, bro.
Yeah. And then some hospitals, like with your children, if you take them to a certain hospital in Virginia, if you take your children to the pediatric ward, if they feel the child is too sick, they won't let the child go home, and you have a mandatory stay with your child in the hospital for like a week, just to make sure they're up and running. But that's still a hospital bill that you have to cover because they didn't want you to go home.
They just gonna send it to you.
You didn't want me to go, so guess who gonna pay for it?
Not insurance, because insurance stingy as shit. Them motherfuckers don't want to pay nothing.
They gonna have to take down the chin.
Oh, you didn't meet your deductible. Okay, now you met your deductible, but we don't cover this particular service this month. Okay, but this week we don't. But we used to do that, and then we don't. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Hospitals
like,
are
what's the
getting
point
over.
of insurance if they don't if they don't insure shit?
Our
What
healthcare
is the
system is some bullshit.
We give you all this money.
We need government healthcare, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we government needs to get in this healthcare shit and start letting these privatized organizations make all this motherfucking money.
Like healthcare should not be a for-profit business.
You feel me? Like,
No,
It's
you
that's
can't
the
even go to the
problem. It's a
hospital
for-profit business as opposed to an actual service business where you're here just to actually make people better, and that's the main goal. The main goal is to actually make money. So
it's certain businesses that would be better as a business if they're for profit. Hospitals and medical, the medical division of medical companies are not supposed to be. They're not going to work efficiently if they're for profit.
Exactly.
Or whatever, because they're not worried about curing the problem. They're worried about how much profit they can get off the problem.
Big factoid.
You gotta pay a teacher's salary to have a baby in some hospitals.
Indeed. Big factoid.
Where the fuck y'all think I got that money at? I got that shit just laying to the side. If all that, I'd have had a baby in the hospital.
It comes out with the afterbirth.
I think they really think money do grow on trees at this motherfucker. I got 10 money trees in the backyard. It's about to blossom. It's about to get real right. I got my money about to roll out to you. I'm gonna bring it to you. How much you want? 32,000? I got you. Monday. I'm bringing it to you Monday.
Nope.
It's ones or fives.
Won't be coming on Monday.
I don't want that
Probably
shit.
not Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday either.
No.
They hit me with that medical bill, you bitch.
Oh shit.
That
was kind of hard.
You said money trees.
The next thing that upsets me, and it's not only this week, as I just sit and ponder sometimes, I think about the debt, the systematic debt system that's in America. You feel me? Like, and I hate that shit. Right? You set up from right when you become an adult to be in debt. Most people go to school, they get loans. You feel me? Especially if they go to an HBCU. I ain't gonna say it's very rare, but it's not super often that too many people get a full ride. You feel me? So you have those people who have to get those loans, have to do that salary made shit and all that. And when they get out of college, supposedly get this good job and get on the path of good life, they get out on their own directly into debt.
Yep.
Because most college kids, 9 times out of 10, most college kids are still up under their parents while they're in school. You feel me? Because their parents may want you just focus on school. I got it. I'm gonna help you out and whatever. But once you get out, you right into debt.
Yeah.
it's a sub. You feel me? Like, okay, we're gonna give you this higher education that for you to attempt to try to get a good job, but also we're gonna give you this anchor of debt too. You got it, and I want my payment.
If you don't make it out, you still got that debt.
Right.
Exactly. And as soon as your education stops, I want my payments to start the month after.
Now you're gonna learn how to pay bills because a hefty one is on its way.
It's systematic. You feel me? It's systematic debt, and I hate that. You feel me? Like, it shouldn't be that way. I understand we live in a capitalistic society, and that's the American way and the culture. Make money off everybody, but if you have to attain a higher education to have a better lifestyle, how can you do that successfully and then come out of getting that higher education directly into a shitty lifestyle because you have so much debt from attaining your higher education? It's like, I hate that shit. Like, America can set up that shit a lot differently. Like, it could be free education. I mean, why can't it be free to educate yourself?
Yeah.
It really should be free. I mean, all these online courses. Cool.
It would only help our country. Give us more people with degrees and solid training in fields that we need help in.
You feel me? So, I mean, offer free education. You'll have more educated. I can guarantee you have more educated people because a lot of people just don't go to college or go to further education because they don't have the funds to. You feel me?
If the masses are educated, though.
Mm-hmm. But in other countries, it's not that expensive for you to get an education. And in some countries, the education is free. But we wonder why America is falling behind on the education ladder in comparison to other countries. It's the reason why.
Yeah.
When the economy is fucked up, the education level is going to be fucked up. Because the money ain't right. You can't pay for the education you need to try to attain a better lifestyle. So either way, you still going to be broke. You either going to be too broke to get to school, to get the education, and to get the debt, or you're going to have enough money to get to school, to get the loan, to get out to be in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big fact.
And you know what else?
No lies detected here.
You know what else? We got a culture of, like, for some reason, being smart is looked frowned upon, and being dumb and ignorant is you're cool, pretty much. And this has been going on for a while. That's another main reason why we're in a situation, because it's actually frowned upon to be smart than somebody else. Somebody look like, oh, you smarty art, you know what I'm saying? You an egghead.
Oh, smarty art ass nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
be proud of that education, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in the real world thinking about who being hard and shit. It's who being smart and shit. Like, when I was in the school system, that's my main thing. Because, like I said, I used to love teaching in bad areas. So kids always talking about, oh, you think you hard. No, it ain't about being hard, nigga. I'm smart. Sorry, but excuse me. It's not about being hard, young man. It's about being smart. You feel me? Like, well, how far is being hard gonna get me in a professional world making money? It's only gonna get me somewhere in a street world making money, and that money don't last too long.
You're gonna end up getting exploited. Exploited. I said exploded. Exploited.
Exploded.
Well,
you had it right.
You might get exploded too. You
run across the right one.
Exploded. You feel me? So why not better yourself? Leave that hard shit in the streets, man. Get that education, better yourself. You may be you gonna be in debt, but I'd rather be in financial debt instead of life debt.
Yeah.
I mean, now, the last thing that pisses me off, and once again, another thing that I randomly ponder and just often pisses me off, but I figured I'd bring it to the forefront today, is the lack of appreciation for what the Black culture has done for America and how we've helped y'all succeed and move forward, and the strides we've helped in every facet of this country, from the founding to where we are today. The strides in the society and the strides in technology and the
backbone of this country that we are.
Like, anything new that a Black person does, anything new that a Black person says, it catches on and it's an influence. We make black people make up slang words and y'all put them into your Webster dictionary. For what? But y'all still damn us to put us down. Give the credit where the credit is due. You stripped us of a culture, but we made our own, and you're still trying to take that. So we continuously renew it and revamp it and renew it and revamp it. And you keep trying to catch on. It's just this. It's just that. Stop trying to take our culture that we're creating as we move on. You feel me? You stolen our past. You stolen our culture. We living in today because we creating it. Stop trying to steal it.
That's right.
Give us our props of what we have done. You feel me? Give the props for the props.
Yep.
They have a history and a culture of stealing stuff. If there's one thing that history has taught me is a long list of things they have stole and taken and claim as their own or whatever. But if you think about it, practically everything that we do as a culture in America is made by Black folk. Shoot, if you even go like video games, the cartridge, the technology off of video games, that's from a Black person. You know, like the air conditioning, the gas mask, the traffic light.
Didn't the Black woman do somewhere? It was like, that's why we got a cell phone now. She the technology that led to where we cell phones. Yeah.
Yep.
The motherfuckers want to say it's alien. Everything a Black motherfucker do, they want to say it's alien. We ain't no motherfucking aliens, nigga. We just
some bad melanated motherfuckers.
Bad motherfuckers over here. So I mean, give credit where credit's due, man. Like we give credit to everybody. We embrace everybody into our culture, and that's the thing that blows me. We embrace everybody. We bring everybody in.
We love
if you're cool,
but that's the problem
if you're cool and you can dance, we crowd around. If you're cool and you can dance, we crowd around you. You feel me? But we can't be accepted anywhere. It's hard for us to be acceptable. We accept everybody. It should be the other way around. It should not even the other way around. It should be the same way, vice versa. You feel me? If we willing to accept everybody, be willing to accept us and give us our props and our credit, because we give you yours. When credit is given, it's credit is due. Then we give that, but we just can't give ours.
No lies.
We obviously see the lack in respect that y'all have for the culture, but you love it so much you want to steal it. Love the people that created too. All shades of us. That's all that pissing me off this week.
Right on. Well, something that should not piss you off is, we have Black Business of the Week.
Yes, we do. Now, Black Business of this week is the Lucas Oliver. He is a kennel owner. If you can find him on Facebook at Baby Boy Bulls. That's Baby Boy Bulls. I hope y'all know how to spell, but if not, it's DABYBOY with a Z, BULLZ, Baby Boys Bulls. On Facebook, my man Lucas Oliver. He's running a small family kennel out there. He's very knowledgeable on dog breeding, especially with the bullies. And once again, that's where I got mine from. My new little puppy is like, 5.5 months now, little fat thing. But he's very, get all the knowledge I have from him. And once I get up and running, I'm going to start breeding, and I'm going to, once again, get all my knowledge from him again so I can stay on track. Those of you interested in dogs or interested in bullies or interested in getting some knowledge from somebody, look him up on Facebook, man. Once again, it's Lucas Oliver. Find him on Facebook at Baby Boys Bulls for all his other contact information.
Yeah, man. Right on. Support Black business, man. Hey, get you a dog, man. Dogs are wonderful. I am a dog person, so I'm a full-blown advocate for like dog ownership. So if you love dogs, get you one, and man, you can't go wrong with a bully. They're very loyal, and if you need a good guard dog, especially, or something, that's gonna grow up with your kids and have your kids back, good dogs to have. That is our Black Business of the Week. And as always, man, after you finish, hollering at Lucas Oliver and dropping some ducats on a beautiful baby bully, come on over and, drop a couple of ducats with us. Two of the major ways that you can do that is by joining either our Patreon or our Buy Me a Coffee page. It's just at the Podnas on both of those. buymeacoffee.com/the Podnas, patreon.com/the Podnas. But yeah, you can sign up for membership tiers on both for as low as $5. You get different types of perks like being able to give us the topics that we run with for that week, joining us for members only sessions. You get the video unedited content of our podcast every week. So you get to see and hear it with no filters, no cuts, no nothing. And oftentimes the show starts way before the actual show. So yeah, man, join up for that. If you don't want to actually become a member, you can always donate for as low as $1 on buymeacoffee.com. And as always, we also have a Cash App if you'd like to use that at $Partner-Tiers-1. How else can they support us financially, Face? If they don't want to do none of that, if they want something tangible in their hands that they can actually take home and do something with, what can they do?
They can go to teespring.com/stores/partners-closet-1. That's teespring.com/stores/partners-closet-1. Spelled PODNAS-CLOSET-1. Get your hoodies, get your shirts, get your apparel, get your bags,
Get your
get your face mask, get your bags, get your bags, get your bags, get your mugs, get them damn bags.
You try to push them bags.
You gonna get these bags.
Damn right. It's springtime. Every female needs a good bag in springtime. You want to just walk around and carry some stuff in. It's a light canvas bag too. Go throw that shit in there, throw it on your shoulder, keep going, man.
The Partners bags. The Partners bags.
You want to run the grocery store real quick? Take the Partners bag with you. That could be your grocery bag. Boom. Throw it in there real quick. Reusable.
Cut back on them plastic bags. Save the environment.
Help the environment. Go green.
Yep.
And go Partners.
And Pat, if they want to find us on social media, where can they find us
at? At THEPODNAS. Twitter and Instagram is at THEPODNAS. And you can put that in a search at Facebook, and you'll find our Facebook, Tiz, Face, Pat, are the Partners. And yeah, follow us, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, we are on every DSP, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter which one, you know? We're on every last one. And Tiz is striking poses on every last one of them. On Spotify, he's on Apple Podcasts, he's striking all those poses or whatever. You might have, you know what I'm saying? He's going to give you a bicep. You know what I'm saying? Just listen in. Whatnot. Give you the guile from Street Fighter pose.
Sonic Boom! Sonic Boom.
THEPODNAS.
Indeed. If you can't remember none of that shit that we just said, but you want to find out what we just said, go to thepartners.com. It's as easy as that. You're watching the podcast so you can see how to spell The Partners. Put a .com behind it. It will send you right there. We has all of our information there. You can get to both stores. You can get to all of our content. You can even catch our live show that we do every Saturday on every Sunday at 9:30 on Facebook and on YouTube. You didn't ask us, but we kind of just get into random content and give our opinions on it, even though you didn't ask us about it. But yeah, you can literally click to those lives every week straight from thepartners.com. So if you can't remember everything else, thepartners.com is what you need to remember. As always, man, we are The Partners, episode 24. We are wrapped. We are gathered
20 hoes, 20 foes.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's how all my partners roll.
Yeah, Pod Squad up.
We on episode 24.
Sunday, See y'all in the comments. You don't like something we said. You like something we said. You agree. You disagree. You just got an extra take on it. Put it in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share. If you liked it, share it with somebody else. Maybe they'll like it too. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see whenever we drop new content. Yeah, man. As always, on 1/3 of the Podnas, your boy Tiz, along with
the other third of the Podnas. Padawan. Oh yeah, and over there on that side is.
You know it's me facing the place, and I'm out.
Peace.
I don't know why I gotta scream my name every single time.